Yes, a very good afternoon. Thank you for watching UBC TV, Uganda's national broadcaster. My name is Crispus Arinitwe, and you are live on UBC Lunchtime News this Friday, 16th of May, 2025. Let's go into the bulletin. Annette Nabirye has been declared winner of the Irongo Parish NRM internal elections after trouncing incumbent woman Member of Parliament for Luka District, Esther Mbayo. The election was held at Irongo Parish, Irongo Sub-County, Luka District. Out of 45 votes, Nabirye, who has already expressed interest to vie for the Luka Woman MP seat in 2026 elections, garnered 27 votes, whereas her closest competitor, Esther Mbayo, got 17 votes. The internal election comes at a time when the NRM Electoral Commission chairperson, Dr. Tanga Odoi, is under fire after being accused of mismanaging the electoral process in Luka District. Since the beginning of this week, the party Electoral Commission chief has been facing severe criticism from voters and a section of area leaders for allegedly mishandling the internal elections at parish level. Chaos first erupted in Irongo Sub-County when Dr. Odoi initially nullified the voting exercise in Iganga B village last week, conducted a fresh election then for the NRM Women's League in Waibuga Sub-County, located approximately 25 to 30 kilometers away from Irongo. We have more of this report.
Okusima abantu ab'Irongo ng'eigombolola mwebale ino banange mwebale kuba ni muwala waimwe Annette Nabirye banange mwebale kunenda era banange mbasuubiza nti tudda kusigala nga tugemera walala ku lwa luwuka ennungi.
Now, in our second story of this bulletin, political parties have continued to shun joining the Inter-Party Organization for Dialogue and participating in its activities. The ED-IPOD, Dr. Lawrence Sebwambala, says Forum for Democratic Change, at the time it held the position of leader of opposition, participated partly, but National Unity Platform, now in the position of leader of opposition, declined to accept to join IPOD in the disguise of having a lot of things to handle as a party. Let's have a look.
Represented in Parliament, some of which were very active, others I should say not very active. I'll give a case. The Forum for Democratic Change, while they were leaders of opposition, they chose to be active at a certain segment or on the critical path of dialogue. They would engage in all the other activities of IPOD, but opted not to be at the summit. The structure of IPOD is such that we have a summit, which is where the presidents of political parties sit, and then we have a council where the secretaries general, and then the other 3 senior members, plus the leader of opposition, the prime minister, sit. Unfortunately, while FDC did not participate at that level, they were fully engaged in all these processes.
On the issue of institutionalization, So, and therefore he supports the position, their first issue. Somewhere you indicated that FDC, then as the leading opposition party in parliament, they were fairly performing. Would you help me relate the performance of the now leading opposition party in parliament?
If I juxtapose that with the current opposition, when NUP took on the leadership of opposition, the memorandum of understanding stipulates that they are supposed to council collectively adopts a position and invites them. Honorable Santa was in that council. Council wrote to NUP inviting them, first of all informing them of their eligibility and inviting them to join IPOD. The National Unity Platform on record declined and said that they still have lots of issues that remain unresolved and therefore they were not willing to join us. On that note, I cannot say that, I cannot even compare them because there was no point of departure of engagement with them.
Now, in more news, the Uganda Communications Commission is in the process of developing regulatory standards aimed at regulating online media activities. The goal is to ensure alignment with the rapidly evolving trends in technology sector. Paulo Mukasa, the manager for multimedia and content monitoring at the Uganda Communications Commission, says that in the meantime, existing laws can still be applied to address the misuse of online media activities. Here are the highlights.
You see, we are dealing with technology. We have standards which cut across. For example, if you are not supposed to abuse me by word of mouth, you cannot abuse me on television, you cannot abuse me using digital devices. It is only technology. So before we go to the specific standards to regulate online media, already there are laws which can cater for that. Leave alone the Computer Misuse Act, but all the laws, because we are now dealing with technology. Like if you say, the law says you don't kill, doesn't matter whether you have killed with a poison, or strangulation, physics, which is killing here. So we have the standards, and the standards which apply to the traditional media also equally apply to online media. And the definition of content is thorough. Content is content, whether on traditional platforms, whether on online, it is content, and it must conform to standards. Nevertheless, we are going to specifically design standards just to touch on that. But we are not mourning that we are helpless, not at all.
UBC Lunchtime News, my name is Crispus Arinitwe. Day Biopharma Limited, a homegrown biotech powerhouse, is advancing regional healthcare self-reliance. Located in Matuga-Wakiso district, Day Biopharma hosts Africa's largest and most advanced pharmaceutical and biotech facility, a $2.5 billion investment spread across 150 acres, up from just 6 a few years ago. We have more of this report.
We are not only touching lives in Africa, we are touching lives at a global level. People need our services.
Commissioned in 2021, the state-of-the-art facility can produce up to 1 billion mRNA vaccine doses annually. It is also equipped to manufacture treatments for malaria, cancer, diabetes, hypertension, HIV/AIDS, and other critical conditions. Built to meet US FDA, European EMA, and World Health Organization standards, the plant sets a benchmark in pharmaceutical safety and innovation. With sterile clean rooms, robotic systems, and temperature-controlled storage, the facility positions Uganda as a key global biotech player. It employs nearly 500 professionals alongside support staff. helm is Dr. Matthias
so that it can be
Magola,
ready.
a Ugandan scientist and innovator. Under his leadership, Day Biopharma has filed over 100 patents with the US Patent Office, covering innovations in cancer, HIV, malaria, tuberculosis, sickle cell disease, and the world's first universal foot and mouth disease vaccine, bridging human and animal health.
We start to manufacture the medical diagnostics, medical devices like for HIV testing, tuberculosis, those medical diagnostics that they use to, and then the nutraceutical Rukamo, which produces supplements and vitamins for our mothers. The syrup line also is coming on next month. Ointment line is coming on next month. So we are moving. Vaccine.
The founder and managing director, Day Biopharma, Dr. Matthias Magola, was recently honored with the 2025 African Excellence and Personality Award in Accra, Ghana. He also received global recognition at the Retina Pharma Awards in India and the International Molecular Biologist Awards for his work in RNA-based medicine.
So, us setting up this facility is because we want to be able to manufacture drugs that meet the most stringent standards around the world, so that people can get the most modern medicines that they need. Secondly,
the Ugandan government has pledged full support for licensing locally developed vaccines and biologics, cementing the country's role as a biomedical innovation hub. Day Biopharma is already making an impact, reducing medicine costs, creating skilled jobs, mentoring young scientists, and expanding into Africa, Europe, and the US.
We are not going to be importing drugs in the next few years. If we finish this by next year, we want by the year 2028, we are manufacturing all the essential drugs you need from this campus. And we're also manufacturing drugs that the world needs, that we shall be exporting to the rest of the world. So that
with bold vision, cutting-edge research, and Pan-African collaboration, Day Biopharma is proving that world-class healthcare solutions and
it helps in it's an antipyretic, meaning it's important in regulation of temperature of fever. So this particular product is currently on the packing line and will be available to the public very soon.
Mutonyi Hilda and Deo Havimana, UBC.
Thanks for the report. Now in more news, a total of 236 students at the NTC Kaliro campus have officially embarked on their journey to acquire diplomas and degrees in teacher training. This move is aimed at transforming Uganda's education sector, including the implementation of the new competence-based curriculum. Let's have more.
Kaliro for orientation of the students who have applied, cohort 1. And our orientation is extensive. It's going through training for the students, specifically to give them the mindset that is required for a teacher. And so we are taking them through 10 modules, including living purposeful life, well-being, campus, entrepreneurship, and there are quite many. And this activity is actually taking place in 5 campuses. UNITE has 5 campuses. We have a campus at Onyama, a campus at Munyi, a campus at Mubende, and a campus at Kabale. So we have students who are going to upgrade from certificate to a diploma level. Then we also have students who are moving from diploma to bachelor's level. And these cuts across all the levels. We have students for pre-primary, students who have applied for primary education, and students who have applied for secondary education.
And a number of activities that are ongoing for our learners. The learners are going the pre-assessment interactions with a number of assessors to find the level in which they are as they join this campus. And after completing their studies, they'll also have a post-assessment, because the UNITE target is to produce quality teachers for the 21st century.
I would like to appreciate the government of Uganda for officially launching UNITE Kaliro Campus Kaliro, because for long we have been waiting for this institution. The UNITE Kaliro Campus is one of those campuses under UNITE, which is based in Kampala. UNITE now comes as a specialized teacher training institution in this country, and it will be the professional training institution for anybody who would like to train as a teacher, following the new teacher policy that was passed by
Now in more report, Uganda will join the world in marking World Bee Day celebrations on Tuesday, 20th May 2025, highlighting the vital role of bees in pollination, honey production, food security, and environmental conservation. National celebrations will be held at Kawanda National Agricultural Research Laboratories in Wakiso District. Let's hear more.
Honeybees pollinate over 70% of global crops, fruit, vegetables, coffee, and nuts. Without them, food security is at risk.
No bees, no food, no future. In Uganda, where agriculture forms the backbone of our economy, bees quietly enhance crop yield and increase income for the farmers. Acknowledging pollination services as the #1 agro-input is not merely symbolic, it is a strategic necessity for sustainable agricultural development.
In Uganda, beekeeping supports rural incomes through honey, beeswax, and propolis.
This beeswax is used in industries to produce cosmetics. Then we have the pollen. The pollen grains are collected from flowers, and they also can be traded. Then we have what we call the venom, which the bees produce.
But bees face threats: pesticides, deforestation, and climate change.
These threats are real and directly endanger our agriculture output, biodiversity, and national food security.
The Ministry of Agriculture, with partners, urges bee-friendly farming and sustainable apiculture. Besides their ecological value, honey harvested and other products earn Uganda's economy significant foreign exchange.
The Middle East market is looking for natural organic honey, which Uganda as a country is able to produce because of our strategic location on the equator, and we have very good climate, we have good forests.
We are producing around 250 metric tons, and we have capacity to go to 500,000 metric tons if we up apiary as commercial farming. And we export almost, 200 metric tons of honey.
The World Bee Day celebrations will be held at Kawanda on Tuesday, 20th May. Lieutenant Colonel Bright Rwamirama, Minister of State for Agriculture, will officiate alongside key apiculture stakeholders. This year's theme, Bee Inspired by Nature to Nourish Us All. The event promotes awareness and protection of bees and their habitats.
UBC Lunchtime News takes a short breather and returns in just a bit.
Big think about the MTN Super. Wali yakapia musite wali yakapia. MTN kabo de super mustairompia. Then you kabo de smartphone nebi akabibiona. MTN kabo de super mustairompia. The new Kabode smartphone nebyaka bibyonna.
Get the new Kabode Super smartphone and enjoy 16 GB free. Start with a deposit of only 45,000 Uganda shillings and pay the rest mpora in daily installments of less than 1K. You can also make weekly and monthly installments. Together, our vibes are unstoppable. Terms and conditions apply.
MTN.
MTN is regulated by Uganda Communications Commission.
Oyo ye Diplock Segawanga chaguze myaka namwe 3 May ku National Theatre. A lifetime of melody concert. 43 years of Diplock Segawa performing in Kampala for the first time in a long time. Enyimbo boba dowuli ampulire kati jangu. Diplock Segawa has kuyimbire. Tickets eya gold ya mtwalo 15 ate VIP ya mtwalo 13. Booking a ticket yo ku noti 765 587 225 oba ku www.carrytickets.com oba ku National Theatre ono ye Diplock Segawa 23 May 2025 ku National Theatre celebrating 43 years of Diplock Segawa. Bikutusibwako Charism, UNCC, UNMF, Statewide Insurance Company, UCC, Riz Medical Center, John Joe Fashions, Hot, Q Vibes, Nekari Tickets.
Here just searching, still deciding, what am I watching?
We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable.
I'm at my business, enjoying success, not just an address, all about progress.
We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable.
That was to it. With what internet? 4K HD, non-stop action.
We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable.
Jerry car.
With MTN. We are what? Unstoppable.
With you and MTN together, our progress is unstoppable.
We are what? Unstoppable.
Thank you for keeping your tabs on UBC Lunchtime News. Now into the business sector. UAP Old Mutual Insurance has officially launched its new online motor and travel insurance portals. These platforms are designed to streamline the insurance purchase process and offer customers a seamless self-service experience accessible from anywhere at any time. This customer-first approach ensures that quality insurance remains affordable and within reach for all, reinforcing UAP Old Mutual's role. Let's hear more.
Especially in motor travel insurance, aligns well with our strategic objectives as IRA. Innovation is a core value. If you look at what we do, the resources that we put towards innovation, it's one of the major things going on at the authority. And so when we look at this portal, we see something that represents a shift towards something that's customer-centric in terms of service delivery, where convenience, I believe accuracy, because I saw the figures there, should be true.
So that's why we are coming forward and saying, access us. If you have your mobile phone, our digital portal, I believe, is mobile compliant. If it's not, then that's a journey we are going to work with you to achieve. So go on your mobile phone, search. You don't have to memorize. I heard Malcolm saying memorize the URL. You don't have to memorize. Just go on Google, go on whatever search engine you use, search for UAP Old Mutual. You'll be able to see a link to our website.
As a regulator, our commitment remains to support innovation that enhances value for our policyholders while ensuring that the emerging risks, including cyber threats and data protection concerns, are properly managed. Notably, This innovation resonates with our objectives in relation to our regulatory sandbox. We have a regulatory sandbox that was established in 2020, where we give innovators the opportunity to come to the authority and actually test.
Ugandan innovator Carol Chaze Kakooza has won the Women Intake Award at the GTEx Africa, marking a major milestone for Uganda's tech sector. The Ministry of ICT and National Guidance, alongside the Ministry of Science and Technology and Innovation, will officially commend her achievement tomorrow. Take a look.
There's growing influence in digital innovation. Carol Chaze Kakooza, the Executive Director of Axiom Zone, was honored at the continent's largest technology summit in Marrakech, Morocco, where she stood out among hundreds of African tech leaders.
Now you imagine me among us, we were 120 startups that did this. We were then reduced to 80 startups. Then later on, we went to 40 startups. Finally, I think on the last day we were 15. And then they chose the outstanding performances, which is where I was. And then they chose 10 who then went to pitch for the final amount. And out of those 10, they were only selecting three who were getting the prize money, and then the outstanding performances were 2. Mine and another gentleman who was the youngest CEO of the innovators.
Axiom Zone, a Ugandan data forensics and digital innovation company, was recognized for leveraging technology to empower underserved communities.
So as the African proverb goes, when you educate a woman, you educate a nation. In the same spirit, when you empower a woman in technology, you accelerate commitment. So as a ministry, we remain steadfast in our commitment to enabling innovators like Axiom Zone through policy reforms, digital infrastructure, talent development, and innovation financing.
Its initiatives, including the Digital Empowerment Card and Digital Agriculture Reference Bureau, target farmers, women and youth to promote financial inclusion and data-driven policy making.
Mr. Commissioner, sir, we need your backup. Not only backup, we need your assistance. We need your advice on a number of issues. Since Exam is a young organization coming up, for sure it requires a lot of holding by the app. And in this case, the government which you represent will definitely be one of the first people to assist us.
Private sector tech companies in Uganda have experienced notable growth, driven largely by mobile technology, which connects 45% of the population through 20.5 million mobile subscribers. This award is a testament of government's enabling environment for the technology sector to thrive while creating relevant solutions to emerging challenges in the community. Wadulo Arnold Mark, UBC News in Kampala.
UBC Lunchtime News, my name is Crispus Arinitwe. DFCU Bank has announced a partnership with World Navy Company Limited, a motor vehicle dealership, to launch a new vehicle and asset financing solution aimed at making car ownership more accessible and affordable for Ugandans. The initiative, unveiled at DFCU Bank's headquarters in Nakasero, is designed to simplify the process of importing high-quality vehicles from Japan, offering tailored financing options for individuals, entrepreneurs, and businesses. Take a look.
Under this new partnership, DFCU Bank's customers can now access direct vehicle loans and leasing solutions with competitive interest rates starting at 17% per annum.
We believe the market in Uganda largely lies in the second-hand vehicles, and that is why we have chosen to partner with a reputable dealer, that is World Navy. So we are very hopeful, we are very optimistic, and we believe this strategic partnership will give us mileage.
Financing is available for a broad spectrum of clients, including corporate, commercial, enterprise, and personal banking customers.
So as VFCU, our aim is simple, but yet significant, is to make vehicle ownership more accessible, affordable, and sustainable. Whether you are an aspiring entrepreneur, a growing family, a seasoned professional, this offering that has just been explained to you is designed with you in mind.
Each vehicle financed through this program comes with a 3-month engine and transmission warranty from World Navy, as well as a comprehensive insurance starting at 2.8%.
The cars that we will be supplying will be cars will be from Thailand, but the standard quality will be Japanese standard. So especially for those pickup trucks like a single cab, double cab, extra cabs, those ones I'm sure that we have market here.
Uganda's asset financing market has grown steadily over the past decade, driven by increased demand for vehicles, agricultural equipment, and business machinery, with multiple financing institutions developing specialized products to cater to this demand. Wadulo Arnold Mark, UBC News in Kampala.
Now into the sports sector. St. Mary's Chitende is set to host the second leg of the Stanbic Uganda Cup semi-final tie. Vipers will host Chitara this Saturday to determine who makes the finals. Take a look.
Lost against them twice, but now we have to turn things around because this is our cup. We are defending champions and we have to make sure that we qualify to the finals and defend our trophy.
Thank you for giving us company throughout this entire lunchtime news bulletin. My name is Crispus Arinitwe. A good afternoon.
BC, inspiring Uganda.